You're listening to What She Grows Through, a podcast dedicated to empower and uplift Black women to grow their self worth. I'm your host, Chanel Amir, one of many dope Black women, creating a community for us to pour into and align with one another, uncovering our true feelings from sexuality to self love, to begin growing through life and evolving into our best authentic selves. Let's get started. What's up, beautiful, and welcome to another empowering episode of the What She Grows Through podcast. It's your girl, Chanel Amir, and today we're sipping on some soul nourishing tea, the kind that warms you with wisdom and clarity, and I'm just so excited. But before we get into all of that, you already know that we got to check in with each other. So, how are you feeling? Right now, in this moment, I'm feeling good. I'm getting over some kind of nasal congestion. My nose was all clogged up, and it was just trying to hold me back from doing the things that I need to do. But I wasn't trying to sound crazy, but I don't know. It was all the way messed up. But a lot of things are going good with me. Just so excited to be here with you and to just share what I have for you. But anyway, how are you feeling? Happy New Year. We made it to 2024. OMG. Like, that's so special. When I think of 2024, it makes me think of how old I am a little bit. Just because, like, 24 years ago was the year 2000, and we all thought the world was going to come to an end. In 2000, I was like 8. Hopefully, I'm doing the math right. But anyway, 2024 is lit. And in this time, in this ever evolving informational age, with all the new technology and the AI literally taking over, I know that it can be a bit overwhelming. Like, we're literally in the age of knowledge. And although that's, of course, dope and inspiring, this is providing change. The way we grow and navigate life is transforming right before our eyes, making it essential for us to become aware and arm ourselves with the tools necessary for mindful growth through it all. And today, I want to share 2 powerful tools that pair beautifully together and have been a game changer for me. Cultivating a beginner's mind and, of course, embracing a growth mindset. Now, these approaches invite us to remain open and curious, and to see every experience as an opportunity to learn and expand. Therefore, setting the stage for a journey of growth that's as enriching as it is empowering, especially for us Black and brown women stepping boldly into our brilliance in the year 2024, Period. I'm doing a hair flip right now. I know you know what that is. So feel free to join in with me. Period. Now, I know you probably already heard of a growth mindset. And the thing is, this isn't just a concept or a word, but just so much more deeper than that. It's a powerful way of moving through this wild world that we live in as we begin getting into these goals for the year. For quarter 1, it's time we focus and align our intentions with the vision of constant growth and forward momentum. Now, there's a quote that I love that gets me back in check every time to really allow my mind to think and to wander. And it says, "Growth is the only evidence of life." Simple, yet so deep. Growth is the only evidence of life, of our existence. It means we must value ourselves in this world on how we cope with all these changes around us in order to survive. You know, healthy lifestyles, taking in information in moderation, proper and healthy diets, working out our physical and mental muscles. These are things that we have to become aware of and consider ourselves in order to grow and live. So, growth has to be the main focus, growing through this journey towards wholeness. And I have this quote everywhere, on the front of my journal, on a sticky note at my desk so I can see it, in my phone. And that's what today's episode is all about, ensuring that we're not just living but thriving and growing and blossoming into our fullest selves. I wanted to share this with you because, like many of you, I've been on a hiatus. Like, life continues to life and has literally taken over since becoming a mommy. Like, over 7 years now. And 3 of them years, I had 2 of them things. Like, in that, you realize that growing is hard. Not only in the physical aspect, but mentally also. And I'm constantly squaring up with myself and stepping outside of my comfort zone, afraid and all. And look at me. Here I am, back at it, ready to reignite that spark. And I figure, what better way to do that than to connect with you and dive deep into how we can all continue pushing and keep growing and moving forward. So let's create a growth story together, starting right here in this moment, one where each chapter is richer because we dare to square up and approach life with the wonder of a beginner and the determination of someone who knows that growth is where the magic happens. So this is for you, beautiful, for the dreams that you're holding, for the mountains that you're climbing, and the paths that you're paving. Now, as we get into the details, I want you to think about where you were this time last year. Like, really think about it. Reflect on those strides that you made, the dreams that you've chased, and even the missteps that taught you something invaluable. While you keep those thoughts fresh in your mind, we're about to explore how maintaining a beginner's mind can refresh our perspectives and how adopting a growth mindset can propel us towards those big, beautiful, audacious goals. That's from a book. I don't know which one it is, but all right. So, as we journey through the realms of personal growth, self-care, and self-improvement, 2 guiding lights shine brightly, offering paths to fulfillment and resilience, especially for us mommies, entrepreneurs, and creatives. The beginner's mind and the growth mindset. These concepts invite us into a world where every moment, even those hectic Monday mornings, becomes a canvas ripe with potential. You know that Sunday evening feeling? You're anxious, like staring down the barrel of another week, wondering how Monday is set up to launch a whole new set of challenges. The never ending to do list, the kids, the bills, the stresses. See, I'm already feeling some type of way. Like, imagine if we could turn that anticipation and flip it. At this moment, both my kids look forward to school every night. My daughter, now 3, has 2 best friends that she talks about constantly. I'm like, how was school, boo? And she'll say, Amelia and Mona. Like, I play with Amelia and Mona. No, like, that's our default. And she can't wait to play in the kitchen and eat all the snacks. Now, my son, he loves hanging out and making new friends. He loves recess, art, and science class. Every day he's sharing new things and activities that he's going to do or play. And they love it. And they talk my head clear off with it too. But because we're becoming more aware and looking deep into this, we can think about it though. What if we flip how we see the next day or week or whatever in the future? That's why I love being a mommy, because it all connects. Like all these ideas and ways of thinking, it gives me so much clarity. Envision embracing every experience with the wonder of a child, encountering it for the first time. Now, that's the heart of the beginner's mind. It challenges us to look beyond the routine and find freshness in the familiar. And for us multitasking ladies out there, juggling family, businesses, and creative pursuits, adopting a beginner's mind breathes a new life into our daily tasks. Therefore, we're growing. And it's all about breaking through the repetitiveness of it all to uncover that joy and the potential in every moment. Now, embracing this perspective, especially as we grow through and navigate the multifaceted roles and all the titles that we have, it'll lead us to a transformative approach. Now, here's how. 1. Awareness. Begin by tuning into your internal dialogue, the things that you say to yourself. And notice how automatic thoughts and expectations often cloud your perception before you even start your day or task. These might be beliefs about how hard a project will be, or assumptions about how it's about to be when playtime comes around with the kids and they got you doing the same things over and over. Recognizing these thoughts is the first step in transforming your experience, allowing you to question and challenge the narrative that you've unconsciously accepted from the beginning. Now, 2 is release. Once you've identified these automatic thoughts, practice letting them go. You can visualize these preconceived notions like leaves floating down a river, moving away from you. This is a concept that I got both from working with clients in the mental health field back in the day to working through them personally with my own therapist. This process isn't about forcefully rejecting your thoughts, but gently acknowledging them and allowing them to pass. For an example, I may be thinking like, okay, Chanel, I gotta get this video done. I gotta pick up the kids. I gotta take them here all before I do this. You know what? I can't do this shit. Like, you're not doing this mom thing right, Chanel. Like, what if you just stop what you're doing? Like, this and that. Literally fighting with myself. Instead of getting stuck there, I'll take a deep breath, because I'm learning a lot of the times when we're tensing up, we're not even breathing right. So I'll take a deep, long breath just to calm down. I then let my thoughts come one at a time, one by one, and the ones that can't really do nothing for me in this moment, I'll acknowledge them like, okay, you feel you're not doing it right. I get it. I appreciate the thought, but no one is really. So I got to let that one go. The next thought, the task you're doing, I can work on this until it's time to transition into the next thing. As these notions fade, you create mental space for new insights and perspectives, opening yourself to the unexpected beauty and joy in familiar experiences. Now, 3 is focus. In our multitasking world, undivided attention is a rare treasure that we hold on to. Choose to bring your complete focus to whatever is before you. Knowing that I'm picking the kids up and doing this, okay, how can I be more present? If it's a business meeting, listen intently to each word. letting go of the urge to plan your response before the other person has even finished speaking. If it's playtime, be there fully with your kiddos, noticing the nuances of their laughter and just the creativity of their play. This focused presence help us to connect more deeply with our tasks and loved ones, making it a win-win for us all. Now, 4 is dive deep. Fully engaging in the moment means setting aside distractions, silencing phone notifications. I'm always putting my phone on do not disturb, closing unnecessary browser tabs because I be having like 20 of them things open, and just quieting the mental chatter for a moment. Give yourself time and space to immerse yourself all the way into your activity at hand, whether it's brainstorming ideas for that project or building a fort out of blankets. When you dive deep, you're not just going through the motions, but you're actively participating in creating a meaningful experience. Approach each activity with the curiosity of someone doing it for the first time. Now get all the way into it. Ask questions, explore different angles, and seek to learn something new. Even routine tasks can offer unexpected insights when approached with a fresh perspective, the growth perspective. And when you see it with fresh eyes, for instance, a simple walk in the park with your little people might reveal whole new observations that were overlooked before about nature or spark creative ideas for you. I like to listen to audiobooks while walking, and I just get so inspired and come up with a ton of stuff ready to put it in action. But by remaining open and curious, every task becomes an opportunity for discovery and growth. And then that's where the manifestation is coming. You're visualizing this. It's everywhere. You have no choice but to grow. You're growing consciously and unconsciously. And for us doing it all, wearing all the hats, doing all the things, the beginner's mind isn't just about doing, but about re-experiencing and deepening our connection and engagement with life. And it opens us to the beauty of rediscovery, turning every day into an opportunity to grow, to learn, to thrive amidst all the chaos. Now, if you caught the trend or if you caught the buzz on social media, you know that I've been sharing a series of journal prompts designed to help you tap all the way into your inner world. And of course, I couldn't resist bringing a few fresh gems right here for you. Here are 5 prompts to kickstart your journey towards embracing a beginner's mind. And if you haven't already, grab your notebooks and let's get to writing. So let's dive into some journal prompts to spark that inner conversation and growth. 1. Fresh eyes on the familiar. Today, how did I re-experience a routine activity with a fresh perspective? And what new insights did it bring? 2. Hidden lessons. Looking back at a recent hurdle, what hidden lessons did I uncover? And how do they reshape my views on wins and setbacks? 3. Igniting curiosity. What curiosities arose for me today as I tried to deepen my understanding of my surroundings? And how did they broaden my horizon? 4. Presence check. At what moment today was I fully in the now? And how did that presence enrich my experience? 5. Welcoming growth. In what ways did adopting a newbie mindset today lead to growth or a new direction in my life? Now, these prompts, they aim to, push you a little towards embracing a beginner's mind, unlocking paths to self discovery and personal growth. So enjoy the journey inward. Now comes the beautiful pairing of the growth mindset with the beginner's mind, where we really treat our capabilities like blossoming gardens, constantly nurtured and ready to flourish with each new day's learning and challenges, which is a real game changer for our intellectual self care. The growth mindset. Now, this is all about keeping our mental muscles flexing and growing. Like, is that deep? Is that deep belief that with every effort we put in, our abilities can blossom? Just like the quote recently mentioned, growth is the only evidence of life. And how do we do that? By learning and evolving. I mean, that's our nature anyway. It's this essential path that we must grow through during our journey. When we look through the lens of a growth mindset, those bumps and hiccups along the way, they become our greatest teachers, giving us the chance to level up. Like one of my favorite authors says, Brene Brown, she says, it's not the critic who counts. It's not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or where the doer of deeds could have done it better. The credit belongs to the person who actually is in the arena, whose face is marred with blood and sweat and dust and tears, who at the best in the end knows the triumphs of high achievement, and who at worst, if he fails daring greatly. Like, that's from Brene Brown, Daring Greatly. Now that's a whole thing, but the main point that I got from this is throughout this journey, it's not about winning or losing, but showing up and being seen. If this is who we want to become, we gotta adopt this perspective and put it in action. Me, I want to create. I want to make an impact and be more courageous. And when you do that, the only certainty is that, yeah, I'm gonna definitely get my head rocked, but I'm ready for it. Switching to a growth mindset means that we're tuning into the rhythm of learning, savoring each step rather than just eyeing the finish line. Like, that's easy. Not really, but it's the joy in the journey, the richness of the process, the passion in our purpose that we're after. The marathon. RIP Nipsey. Now, if you're feeling stuck in that fixed mindset, thinking that you've got to be a natural from the get go or it's just not even worth it, then I got a gem for you. You can shift to a growth mindset. How? By again flipping the script to focus on your growth, on what you're learning instead of just the outcome. So let's put this in action. Get your journals. What's one thing that you're ready to tackle right now that'll feed your brain and stretch those mental muscles? Write it down right here. And remember that we all face obstacles on a daily. That's a given. Whether it's that little voice in your head saying, not today, I'm not with it. Or something practical like your car just won't start or your kid just won't eat what you made for dinner. For every barrier, there's a bridge. Write down how you can cross it and keep that growth going. And while you do that, here's a little mantra for your notebook as well. Even when, insert barrier, I will, insert action, because, insert your reason. And this is how we keep our brains sharp and spirits high, by giving them that workout that they crave, by diving back into these childhood wonders that made us genuinely light up, and by staying open to the lessons life throws at us, even the tough ones. So let's commit to stretching our minds, to taking on the challenges that spark our curiosity and passion, because nurturing our intellectual selves with a growth mindset is how we truly thrive. But here's how we pivot from being fixed to embracing growth. One, embrace the effort. Understand that our talents and skills are ever growing, sculpted by persistence. Two, find wisdom in the falls. Look at each stumble as a stepping stone to wisdom, not as a sign of defeat. Three, cherish the feedback. Welcome insights from others as precious fuel for our journey, not as setbacks. Four, seek out challenges. Choose the paths that stretch us, knowing that growth lies just beyond our comfort zones. Five, stand strong in the storm. Keep pushing, eyes on the horizon of growth, even when it gets tough out here. And six, dare to dream. Step boldly into new experiences, trusting that each leap brings us closer to our fullest potential. And as we navigate the beautiful, messy, exhilarating path of motherhood, of entrepreneurship, and expressing ourselves creatively, let's remind ourselves, though, that our growth is limitless, our potential boundless. Together, let's leap into the unknown, armed with the magic of a growth mindset, ready to transform every challenge into our next great adventure. Let's get into the heart of growth, understanding that our skills and talents are ever evolving, crafted through dedication and hard work. Now, this means every practice session, every try, yes, even those attempts that don't quite go how we wanted, are all part of the process. They're like a gardener's gentle care, nurturing our strengths, encouraging them to flourish into something bold and beautiful. And it's about truly valuing the journey of becoming, of being her now, and seeing each effort as a crucial step on our path, and every small action as a seed sown for future thriving. Celebrating this ongoing journey of discovery and mastery is what it's all about. Like, I'm telling you. Now, let's get real about these trips and stumbles, though. They're packed with lessons, just waiting to be uncovered. Instead of beating ourselves up over a fall, let's look at it like a chance to pick up some wisdom along the way. Like, when life has you in a headlock, you got to grab that gem while you're fighting that way, so that when you get through it, you can reflect and admire your work. Like, yeah, I did that. Shifting our view like this helps us bounce back with even more grit, knowing that slipping up doesn't say anything about our value because it's all part of the climb. And when we take that moment to break down what happened and learn from it, those falls start to look more like stepping stones, guiding us closer to where we want to be. It's about gathering up as much wisdom as we can from every misstep and letting it fuel our journey forward. Now, let's talk about feedback. It's crucial to cherish it. I know sometimes it can sting a little, but believe me, it's pure gold. It's like we're getting a sneak peek at ourselves from someone else's perspective and viewpoint, showing us where we're shining and where we might need a little polishing, you know? And when we open our hearts to that constructive input, we're really feeling our own glow up for real. And just like the quote that inspired Brene on being in the arena, if you're not in it, getting your ass kicked, I'm not interested in your feedback. But it's also not about letting someone else's words define us, but about picking up those nuggets of wisdom that they're dropping, if they are and have went through it too, to help us smooth out our journey. So let's embrace that feedback and use it to sharpen our focus and keep moving forward stronger and more aligned with who we're becoming. Here's the thing about growth. It loves to hang out right where we're a little uncomfortable. When we dare to step up and take on new challenges, it's like we're telling ourselves, like, what's up? I'm ready to level up. Like, what's up? Now, this isn't about taking on too much or biting off more than you can chew, but rather embracing those moments that call on us to stretch just a little bit further, learn something new, and we maybe even surprise ourselves. That's the beauty in seeking out those challenges. And honestly, that's what I want to take on in this moment so that I can find the silver lining in it all. Like, it's about finding that sweet spot where we're pushed just enough to discover what we're truly made of. And trust me, it's usually way more than you think. So, you know how trees stand tall through all the seasons, holding their ground against the fiercest storms? Last year, I had traveled to Florida during Hurricane Ian, which was wild to be there in that moment. But I had to support my best friend with her new transition in a marriage. And there was a bunch of canceled flights, but the time came for her to walk down that aisle and everything was perfect. That's exactly how we got to get a hold on our growth mindset, beautiful. It's about doing it anyway. It's about planting our dreams deep like roots and holding on to our truth and values, no matter how hard those winds try to knock us down. Like, we're in this and we got this. Now, this kind of resilience is where we keep pushing forward and growing stronger with every challenge, with each challenge, bending maybe, but never breaking. That's what shapes us and gives us our strength. Is what keeps us moving, growing, thriving, no matter what life throws our way. And together, we got this, weathering any storm, growing through every season. Now, here's the real tea. Having a growth mindset is all about letting ourselves dream as big as the sky and stepping boldly towards those dreams. It's trusting that we're meant to grow, to flourish, and that our futures are bright with endless opportunities. Giving ourselves that permission to do all these great things. Getting unstuck from this upper limit problem that we put on ourselves. And every new adventure, every brave step into the unknown is all about our journey to becoming the most radiant, beautiful, best versions of ourselves. Therefore, lighten up our paths with the most beautiful colors of what we could be. Like, that's amazing when you close your eyes and think about it. Like, let's not hold back, beautiful. Let's dream and let's leap, and we can really shine and glow together. Now, as we navigate this beautiful, messy, exhilarating path of motherhood, of entrepreneurship, and expressing ourselves creatively, let's remind ourselves that our growth is limitless and our potential boundless. Together, let's leap into the unknown, hand in hand, armed with the magic of a growth mindset, because we're ready to transform every challenge into our next great adventure. Because we know, me and you, we know growth is the only evidence of our existence. So get your notebooks out and let's get into more journal prompts to help inspire a growth mindset in a way that resonates deeply. 1. Learning in action. What did I learn today, even from an unexpected or challenging situation, and how does this learning contribute to my journey? 2. Opportunities from setbacks. How have I turned a recent setback into a growth opportunity? And what new strengths have I discovered in myself? 3. Evolution of self. In what ways have I evolved this week, month, year? And how does recognizing this process empower me further? 4. Adaptability and practice. When was the last time I adapted to a change or challenge? And what did the experience reveal about my capacity for growth? 5. Vision of improvement. What are the areas that I wish to improve in? And how can I set actionable steps to work on them consistently? Our journey of self discovery, self care, and intellectual growth is all about dancing and glowing in the dark, learning new steps and emerging into the light brighter and bolder. It's not just about where we're going, but how we're growing and glowing. So I shared a lot, but let's take a moment to vibe on something real important: our intellectual self care. Think about what little thing that you can do this week to give your mind some love. Maybe there's something holding you back. Could it be you're not feeling it, or maybe life's lifing and it's just getting in the way? So let's craft a little saying that'll keep us on track. Something like, if I bump into whatever's in your way, I'm still gonna what you'll do about it, because you're why. So let's keep our minds sharp and sparkling. And it's just like we keep our bodies fit, our brains need that good workout too, beautiful. So why not light up that spark for things you used to love and get curious about something fresh and exciting? Come on, it's fun. Like, we gotta hold space for ourselves and others to begin tapping into that beginner's mind and looking at each day with fresh eyes. And with our growth mindset, let's step into these challenges, knowing that they're just chances to grow and shine even brighter without any fear of stumbling along the way. And I want you to join me, beautiful. Let's commit to nurturing our minds right here in this moment, to embracing each day like a new adventure as best as we can, and to seeing setbacks as setups for our success. Now, write down one thing that you'll do this week to flex those brain muscles. And when barriers show up, best believe that they will. We'll find a way through, over, or around them. Trust. So write it down and claim it. In these concepts, you'll find a nurturing path towards wholeness and the courage to chase your purpose with passion. But remember, we're on this journey together, empowering and uplifting each other every step of the way. And just like that, we're at the end of another enriching episode of the What She Grows Through podcast, the first of 2024. Oh, I'm so excited. I hope you gathered some dope gems today that you can carry on with you on your journey. And remember that our collective power is immeasurable. And when we nurture ourselves and each other, there is no limit to how much we can grow. If today's chat touched you, lit a spark, or even gave you that, like, okay, I'm on it moment, I'd be so happy if you rate us 5 stars. Your support means the world, and it helps spread this message of empowerment even further. And don't forget, the journey continues over on my YouTube channel at Chanel Amir. And that's where I'm officially sharing and aligning all of my What She Grows Through with visual storytelling and Chanel Amir films. And I'm just so geeked. You gotta go over there. I'll have all that information in the show notes. But definitely hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all the beautiful, dope content that we got lined up. I'm talking full on excitement here. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming. Happy New Year. Happy Black History Month. Happy Love Month. Oh my goodness. Just happy first quarter. And this is our time to shine. This is our time to grow, to truly be her now. I'm eager to tread this path of growth with you, to connect and share in all the beauty that this year has to offer. Stay connected, follow, and engage with our socials over at What She Grows Through and or Chanel Amir. And definitely hit me up in the comments or the DMs with your growth mindset stories, your beginner's mind moments, and let's just keep this conversation growing. Remember, every episode here is an intentional stepping stone to bring our best selves. And on the other side of fear is a you that's even more extraordinary. Catch you on the next one. I look forward to talking with you again. Until then.